Okay, TikTok. So tonight we're going to be working on some batteries. I have this battery that I built a while back. This tab here is broken. It's connected electrically, but it's broken. I tried gluing it in there. It didn't work too well. So I'm going to steal this connector right here from this battery. I'm going to put that together and make that one work. This is actually very high quality one I built with alkaline batteries. So it's definitely worthy of being properly repaired. So we're going to do that. Now that I have it apart, you can see the extent of the damage there. Quite minimal, but still a problem. So we're going to take that out and install something else. We are definitely not going to throw these away. This can be used, believe it or not, to make connections. And I'll show you that on my next video project, which is upcoming. While we're building batteries, we're also going to make two of these D batteries into 1950s style. We're going to do that as well. Okay, so the alkaline pack has been restored to a usable connection, and that's done. To make these 1950s in appearance batteries, we start with two nice modern alkaline batteries with a little glue on them. I put the glue on in advance to get it a little tacky, it gets sticky, and then we're going to cut out some labels here. So that's how we start. And we're going to let that dry a little bit. And now we have a pair of them. Once I put some tape around it to make it glossy and paint the top blue, it looks pretty much like one of the old style batteries. They were pretty crude back in the day with their graphics and all that. They weren't so great. That looks pretty good. That looks like one of the older batteries. It looks good enough to be inside of a radio anyway. And now you have a pair of period in correct appearance looking batteries ready to be installed in a radio. I think they look pretty good. Next on the list, we're going to rebuild this, which was sold for $3.10 at some point in history. That's a 67.5. So if you get lucky, and we did, this all comes out in one shot. So we're going to use this holder, and we're going to install 23 3-volt batteries, which can bring us down to 69 volts. Bring us up to 69 volts. This is 67.5. 69 will be fine. Here are 23 3-volt CR2032 batteries. Now, as far as rebuilding these and these, I found the idea to do that online. This idea right here is my own. I didn't see anybody else do this except for me. I figured out that the 18650 holder would be an appropriate holder for these batteries. I had tried using shrink wrap before to do it. I bought large shrink wrap. It was hard to get a good connection. Somewhere in the chain, always some set of batteries would not be touching. So I came up with this idea on my own, and it works very well. Now, in order to make room for 23, I chopped this spring down to nearly nothing. As you can see, I've basically removed most of the spring. You can see the 18650 holder stretches as I insert these batteries. Okay, we've got our 23 in there. Let's see what our meter says about this battery. Is it a good battery? Will it hit the green at the 67.5 scale to match that 67.5 on that Eveready? I don't know. What do you think? I would say that's a healthy battery. My battery tester says it is. 67.5. I utilized the old Minimax cells, little mini zinc carbon cells. I utilized the remainder as spacers. And then I make my electrical connections by soldering to the top pins. Here's our finished product. And it's a working battery. The other side displays better, but I didn't want you to think there was any treachery, so I didn't flip it until now. But there you go. So now we have all of these batteries here, which are ready to install. Ready to install on the radio. So when I have a radio that comes in, I don't have to build batteries. I've got just about everything I need. And there you have it, a quick tutorial on how to rebuild and recreate vintage radio batteries. This guide here is from the 80s. This one is actually in that guide. This one is not. They were still making this battery in 19... For reference, there's a picture of it in the 1980s catalog. But there is a listing. There is a listing for the other one as well in this catalog. The 477. It is listed here. So they may have still been selling that in 1980. It's in the book. It's in the book. And it has a listing there. So maybe, but there's a picture of that in 1980. In any case, these have not been needed for a long, long time. They stopped making the radios that these were installed in the 50s. 1957, first commercial transistor radio came out, and after that, it was pretty much all transistor pretty quickly. You have a little brief history on these batteries here. And we know that this one was available later. In fact, there is an alkaline iteration of this that's available today. But it's expensive. A lot more money than what I built these things for. So, there you have it.